Let's be real, let's be real, let's be real. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Ree.
And I'm Sherry.
And this is
Let's Be Real.
So today's topic is, how often should you date your partner?
Mm-hmm. Snaps.
So I'm going to go first. I feel like you should always date your partner. How you started is how you should continue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my answer to the first topic.
I think that you should always date your partner as well.
Yes. Like, why you want wine and dine me in the beginning? Or let's just say you don't wine and dine me, but you take me out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to get to know me. Ask a question. Because I feel like you should always get to know your partner. Like,
Sure.
I'm 33. I got a lot of stuff with me. So you take me out the first date, that might be good. The second date, you might learn a little bit more. You might not want to deal with me no more after that. So yeah, not always. You know what I mean? Because it's important. It's important to get to know your person.
Mm-hmm.
And so always take your person out, make them feel special. Like, don't stop that.
So one of the things that we discuss are like, do you think that it should always be, okay, I'm gonna take you out this week, next week is your week? Or do you think it should just be organic, where it's like you just come home like, babe, I want us to go out to dinner, and you just go?
I like a little spontaneity, but I also feel like I don't want it to always be you taking me out, you know?
Me either.
Facts. Like, so I would like it to be like, okay, yeah, it could be a little spontaneity, but I don't want it to be back to back, you taking me out on dates.
Yeah, but no,
Granted,
we don't do that
you
anyway,
know,
so.
Granted, sometimes it's like, all right, well, babe, I ain't really got it, you know what I mean? But you might want to take me out to lift my spirits or something, or, you know, let's not be in the house. Let's just go out and do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I appreciate that too, but I don't think it should just be one-sided. I think that it should be both parties participating. Like, we partners.
Right.
You know, so it's not one partner. You know, it's not one person in partners.
Gotcha. I agree. I think that it should be both people. I also feel like it's a little controversy around, like, does it show your person that you love them more or less if you don't, like, continue how you started? Like, you know, does that bear any weight on it? Is it like, dang, we don't even go out like we used to anymore? Like, people feel like, you know, they really don't fuck with me. Like, we don't go out. I always got to bring it up or something like that. Like, is that controversial? Like, is that a thing? Like, does it matter if we do or don't go out like we used to, or should it always?
I feel like it should always be a spark in the relationship. Like, don't get too comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, get to the point where it's always evolving, always some kind of spark. Like, even if it's, let's take a walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could talk on the walk. You know, we
Right.
can find out different things about one another. You know, so it can get to the point where it's just like, dang, why we just sitting in the house? Well, maybe I just want to sit in the house.
Right.
Come sit with me. You know,
But that's a discussion too.
yes, that is
you know.
definitely a discussion. But I don't think that it should be. I don't think anyone in the relationship should get complacent. You know, how you started your relationship. You know, y'all going out, y'all talking, y'all having fun with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that up.
Right.
Keep that spice, keep that spark, because as soon as that dies, what do you have?
This is true.
You
This
know?
is true. So what's considered a date? Like, when we think of dates now, the way the society is, it's like date's a grand scheme. It's like you start in a limo, picking you up at the house, and next thing you know, you pull up to a big forest full of roses. You know, like, what's a date? Is a
I
date
feel like
just-
a date is anything that you put thought into.
Absolutely.
When
That's
you're
a good
thinking of going out with your partner or your person that you're talking to, how can I wow her like something different that we haven't done before, or something that I know that she's been saying that she wanted to do, and I can make that possible. So, for instance, okay, I wake up and I'm like, okay, well, I want to take you on a date. In my mind, I'm putting thought into this date of what we're going to do. All right, I know I want food to be involved. I want some drinks to be involved, maybe a little something else, you know, and then the nightcap.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
So, yes, I think a date will be anything that some thought is put into, and something that will make you guys be able to connect, you and that person.
Okay.
What do you think a date is?
I think that is a date. I think a date, I agree with everything that you said. Anything that you put some thought into. I like unplanned dates. I love those. I like planned ones, like our anniversary. It's going to be a nice date.
I can't wait for that.
But I like unplanned dates. Like, you doing anything when you get off work today? Because we have 2 different schedules. So it's like always fun to kind of like have a plan and then kind of incorporate you in it, and you don't know, and you be all like, what are we doing? Don't worry about it. Yeah. But yeah, like I think those are the best to me. Like, I love unplanned dates, but anything you put thought into, correct, that is a date. And I love dates that are also around you knowing your person. Like,
yes.
Oh, she keeps saying she want to do XYZ. Like, let me see what I can do. You know, I live for that. Like, I love it.
And that just adds to the relationship. Like, oh, you listen. You care enough to want to put a smile on my face that much. You know, like, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that part. So, yeah, I think that's true. So, do you, like, determine, you know, is there a monetary value on a date? Like,
that I think you should know your partner, know your person. Like, for instance, with you and I don't think that we would put a certain number on, like, amount of money on a date. You know, like, I'm okay with little things. I'm not a materialistic type person, but I like to do fun stuff. And anything with you is exciting. So I wouldn't put no money on it. I would really be like, babe, we need a budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we shouldn't do this. You know what I mean?
What's the fun in that?
Right. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna do it because I want to do it, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but me, I'm a little cheaper.
You know,
I'm a little cheaper, and so I'm like, can we do something else?
Yeah, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Like, like, we have to have conversations. Like, look, this is what I'm doing. Don't question me. Be ready. Let's go. Then you call me when you're planning. You call me like, can I take you out on a date? And I'm like, of course. Yes. So it's just funny, like, seeing how we are, because you're very, like, asking for permission type of person, I guess I could say. And I'll say this. You're very, like, is it okay? And I'm very, be ready. Like, it's just funny because.
Be ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Okay. Like, yeah, I think it's cute, though. Like, seeing those texts pop up or getting that phone call. I think it's cute, but dating is definitely a must for me. So
yes, keep dating. Like, don't stop what you're doing to get to know that person. You know, like, keep going. Like, don't switch up. Show me who you are, and continue to date me. You know, because I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone, in order to get to know that person, you want to continue to date them. You want to make it fun. You don't want it to be like, oh, it's a chore, or, oh, if I don't do it, then I'm going to lose them, even though that's true. But you don't want to think like that. Right. You want to have that mentality that I'm interested in you and I want to continue to get to know you.
And make you happy.
And make you happy. And make myself happy.
Paying attention to the little things.
Exactly.
Because sometimes that's all it is. Like, I mean, like, we've been on, like, little crazy dates. Like, oh, babe, you're taking me to get ice cream because you know I love ice cream and I love it from this particular spot. And so, like, it doesn't even have to be going to, you know, I don't know.
Oh, you like to eat crabs and
Yep.
water, so how about we get some crabs and eat it while we're at the water?
Exactly.
You know?
No, the cutest date that we had was when we went and got lunch. And we went to the park, and you opened up the trunk. You opened up the trunk. You put the seats down. You had the blanket in the bag. You had the tablet so we could watch TV, and we was just looking at the water, well, the people and whatever. And we sat in the back of the truck and we ate our lunch. That was the best.
That was. It was more so dinner, I would say.
Yeah, whatever. It was great.
It was great. It was because we got to connect with one another and do something different.
Yeah.
You know, something out of the norm of our everyday routine of getting up. Oh, how you doing? How was your day?
Right.
Great. You know, let's go out. Let's have a good time. And I'm not necessarily saying like clubbing or, you know, restaurants. Just something different. Something that maybe you had on your list of wanting to do, and I want you to do that with me. So I'm gonna make it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Remember
meanwhile,
when we were out there and they were getting ready to close because it was getting dark, and we were
Yes.
sitting in the truck like, well, we gonna stay here as long as we can. And the lady came over, mean girl, and we was like, guess we gotta go.
Yes, they try to get caught up in the park all night.
She was gonna close that gate. But yeah, I mean, it's that simple. It's just a random act of kindness in a sense, because you know it's your person. Like I take pride in being very aware of, you know, even for my family, like not just for you, like even for my family. Like that's why Christmas and, you know, holidays and birthdays and stuff, like getting gifts for people, like that's something that I feel like getting a gift worthwhile is better than just, you know, throwing something at them just because, oh, it's a holiday. But like paying attention throughout the year, like, oh, okay. And then come time for a celebration or something to honor that person. It's like, oh, you got me this. Like, oh, no, I've been wanting that. I know. I was listening. You know? So it kind of goes beyond dating, but.
Putting a smile on your face.
Absolutely.
Feeding your soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
It is. It is. So, yeah. I think
that wraps it
I
up.
mean, that was pretty easy.
That was easy.
It's definitely necessary to continue
To
dating.
answer that question, how often should you date your partner?
All
the time.
Absolutely.
Thank you for listening to
Let's Be Real.
Let's be